Hey there, it's Stogie Mike from Stogie's downtown in Valdosta, Georgia, and we're talking stogies today about humidors. Welcome back, and today, like I said, we're talking about humidors. And for you guys that have got the built-in humidors, walk-in humidors, and maybe about a humidor that'll hold about 9,000 cigars, okay, you may not be interested in this, but those of you who maybe are just starting out with your first humidor or looking for some tips, hopefully this will help you out just a little bit. Of course, getting started out, you may only want to stock up few cigars, maybe up to 20 cigars, and keep maybe 10 or 12 of them in there at a time. It's helpful to know what to do with that, because there's a lot of ways that you can either humidify your humidor or mess it up, actually. There's some tips out there about wiping the inside of the humidor. Humidors got really nice woodwork on them. Many of them have Spanish cedar lined inside, which is breathable cedar. Takes moisture in, gives moisture out as you need it. And also some of the newer devices that you can use for humidifying your humidor and keeping it fresh also work well with those. But in taking a cloth or something like that and wiping the inside of it with distilled water, I kind of recommend not doing that, simply because if you don't know what you're doing and it's the first time you've done it, you can over moisture your humidor and possibly even warp the wood in it and not get a good seal. And I've heard people also, because they've had too much moisture in there, end up getting mold inside of it, and I don't want that to happen to you. So maybe one of these other methods might be easy, and consult your tobacconist, whoever he may or she may be in your area. You can utilize a couple of different methods. We use the Boveda method, which comes in a pack. It's very easy because it gives out moisture when needed, takes in moisture when it's not needed. Simple. You just drop it in your humidor and it goes. And I'll let you know more about that in a second. Or you can use the gel beads. These have been around for a long time. This happens to be the Zycar beads. And they take a distilled water propylene glycol mixture, easy for me to say, and it's kind of like a half and half mixture, and it helps maintain your humidor at around 70%. Now, the optimum humidity and temperature for keeping your cigars nice and fresh is 70 degrees in the room at 70% relative humidity. Right around that. That's the average. Some people like their cigars a little more moist, 72%, up to that is good. Maybe a little drier, down to around 68%. So you can fall in that range. You also, of course, have little portable humidors like this. Holds 5 cigars, 10 cigars, 15 cigars. You can take it anywhere. It's like shock-proof and moisture resistant if it's raining or you're out in a boat. And you can use little Boveda packs inside of them. This one humidifies about up to around 5 cigars. So you can throw a couple. This is a 10 cigar humidor, one that I have at home, and I put a couple of these in and stay nice and fresh for a good 30 days or more, depending on how much you open it. As far as getting your cigars ready for the humidor, you want to get this humidor seasoned properly. With the Boveda system, they have a seasoning pack at 84%, which helps release enough moisture over a short period of time to get that nice humidor all set for your cigars. All you have to do is open it, put it in there, close the lid for a week or so, and let it do its magic. Now, each of these packs do about 20 cigars, so if you've got a little bit bigger humidor like this, you may want to throw 2 of those in there. They're really economical, last for a good time. You can season it a few times, like every 6 months, and go from there. So this is a good way to do it. If you do the gel bead method, put some of that propylene glycol distilled water mixture in here, make sure it's up to the fill line, put it in there open, and let that again sit in there, and check your hygrometer for a little bit, say, every 3, 4, 5 days, and see if it's getting right up where it needs to be in that 68 to 72% range. This you can leave in there afterwards and then add your cigars, but let it do its magic. And I suggest what you do in the meantime, if you've got cigars in your little humidor, is take them out, put them in a Tupperware container or a freezer bag or something like that. Don't put them in the freezer, but put it in there and then throw one of these inside of it. One of the maintenance packs, like a 69% or a 72% or a 75%. That'll keep them nice and fresh in your Tupperware container or in your freezer bag until your humidor is all ready, and you can reintroduce your cigars back into that and do that maintenance packs in there, or the gel beads in there, or however you want. If you're looking for a little more maintenance and down and dirty and don't want to invest in this, you can use a cup of distilled water. Don't use regular tap water, use distilled water and just lay it in there, but be very careful not to get it spilled in there or anything like that. That's one way to do, but you're going to find you're going to have to refill that up a lot more often, simply because water does evaporate rather quickly. These you won't have to do so much on. Like I said, you have to replace these maybe every 30 days, 45 days. This you may have to fill up a little bit more often, every few weeks or so. Just kind of keep an eye on that. So that's kind of like a quick little primer on your humidor. If you're just getting into cigars and want a nice little box, you'll find they're fairly economical. You probably can get them from your tobacconist for a 20 cigar humidor for maybe less than 50 bucks. And then of course you can go on all the way up to thousands if you really want to get serious into it. So I hope it helps you out. If you have any questions, comment down below if you would, please. There's a little section down there that says comments. Let us know what your questions are. I'd be happy to answer them for you. Or if you have suggestions for a subject that you'd like to learn more on, happy to do that too. Go on our website at www.stogiesdowntown.com for more information about specials and events and other things that we do. And we hope to see you soon here at Stogies Downtown in Valdosta, Georgia. Until then, have some great cigars and enjoy life. See you next time.